Okay, here we go. I want to make this little video about traveling with chickens. It was something crazy I did. I had 10 little chickens with me. Here's this little video. They were driving. They're right there in the back. We got this little box. I think it's called just the little red box on, I got it on Amazon. It was like 30, 40 bucks. Anyway, fits right in the back seat and keeps them all contained. And
Oh, we're
I
going
just
on
fed
an
them.
adventure!
I fed them corn for water. So it's like I had a ton of sweet corn, and that was like their main source of water. And then
Oh, it's a beautiful day!
I, as I would go,
What a sunrise.
oh, there's early in the morning, but as I was going, I would look for
What do you think, Tina?
places
Oh,
to
we're taking a
stop.
little break! Nice view.
And this little thingy, really handy. It's just like a pop-up. It folds down to a little tiny circle. Super easy to pack and unfold because I really didn't have a whole lot of room because my Jeep was full of camera gear. And then we had the back seat with these guys. And so, not a lot of room. Anyway, this little pop-up thing worked great. It's so cool. They're really cheap and it keeps them in place. And when they started whining, I would look for like a rest area or a place to put them down. there's there's the old Jeep and the little chickens. So there was like their little adventure.
Little road stop. It's pretty out. Happy day. They're liking their little portable water. Whoops. Can't see it.
And yeah, like
Oh,
they
what
could
you guys doing?
scratch. And
That's
I
pretty
made
rad,
this
that,
little
isn't it?
I made this little portable water out of a cup. Yeah, there's how it folds
I
up.
love these little tents. They just fold up nice and little. You can put them wherever.
So that was like the key thing. Like when they'd whine, it's just like okay, rest stop, and
Buffy. How's it going, Buffy Buff?
and then I started letting them run
Sunshine.
around.
Oh, there's a semi.
Buffy.
Oh, we got a fun little place for every.
And then I stayed at my buddy's house. He had a nice backyard, a little area that his dogs used to use. So they had tons of grasshoppers and everything. It was a nice stopping point, but they did really good. So it was just a 7 hour drive to this spot. And I only stopped a few times, but was just really giving them the sweet corn for water and then food. You know, they had their little food container there. And yeah, there's their little water. You can see that a little better.
Their little travel water. Oh, this is a lot harder than I thought it'd be. Sure
It
is fun
was
though. Hey,
it
Tina.
was it was a hard trip, but it was fun. So yeah, I just
That's
stop at these rest areas. It added a lot of hours to my trip. It was like just I think a 20-hour drive. Like the whole trip, if I were to go, it was 20 hours nonstop. It took me 3 days to drive all the way from Nebraska to Washington State, and I had these 10 little chickens with me, and it was pretty fun. It was pretty fun. I
isn't
liked.
that pretty, peeps?
This is
Look
Coeur
at that.
d'Alene, Idaho. I just stopped and got a little shot of her out there. Little.
Oh, good morning, Tina. How's it
Oh
going?
yeah.
Sweet.
Most hotels don't allow pets, and since I had Bernie the rooster and he's crowing, and also Buffy started crowing too along this trip. With all the crowing, it's like I can't go take him into a hotel, and I didn't even want to sneak him into a hotel, so I just slept in my car. It was pretty uncomfortable because my back seat was full and I couldn't really put my seat all the way back, so it's kind of like crunched forward, and
What do you know, Tommy?
Tommy is just like,
Oh,
check,
you're
she's like, what are we doing?
yes, you are. Hey,
Look at
sweetie.
that sweet chicken. But it was fun. It was fun. It was a
Oh,
lot of work. And then, oh yeah,
here's my little water setup. That works pretty good. You like that, Buffy?
I got this little
Yeah.
pitcher at Walmart. It was on sale, and I stuck my water cup in here
Hey, Nuggy.
so it could sit up on my center console. And then I opened their little red box. You can see, um, so they could just like come in and out. And it was pretty funny because they'd all just like take turns like popping out and sitting on this little ledge here. So it was fun. Like it was a good time.
Here we are at another rest stop.
The rest stops were scary because there were so many people with dogs. It's like I would take the box. I got to the point where it's like so many dogs running around that I would take the little red box, and this kind of shows you how big this little portable tent thing is. So I'd set the box with the chickens down, and then I would put the tent up over them, get their food in there and everything, and then I would just let them out. So it worked a lot better. And, getting them back in the box was kind of tricky. I just kind of stuck my arms in here and, shoot them into the box. It's fun. It's fun. There's little Bernie. Oh, Bernie crowing.
Bernie, you having fun? Bernie's having a good time.
It's funny. There were so many people, and no one like came and asked like what the hell I was doing or like what do you got there? Because everyone's like all I saw were dogs. So um, and then I got little crowing roosters in this little tent, and people, they just ignored me. So I thought that was kind of funny. But anyway, that was the first part of the trip. And then leaving, instead, like the first part, it took 3 days. Like it took me 3 days. So it's like I drove 6 hours, stopped, drove like 10 hours. Well, it took 10 hours, but I didn't drive that far because I kept stopping. So on my way back, I did it different. I drove nonstop until I had to sleep. Like I just drove, and I took like a 1 hour nap, like at a truck stop, and then I just got back on the road.
Buffy, they're good
And then
carpenter.
I just left the little door open. I had a tarp down
Boy.
and little blankets, and they just kind of roamed around the back seat like this. That's like it just kept coming out. I had a little blanket to catch their poop,
Oh, you guys are so cute. What do you think? What do you
and they were just fun. I mean, they're really good. I had a lot of corn. Um,
Is road construction scary, Buffy?
they didn't like the road construction.
Yeah.
Go.
Oh, there's my little co-pilots.
It was always funny, like stopping at a anywhere where they were just like I didn't put them back in their box, and they're just like all over the place. And then they wanted to get out, and and then we had a ton of rain.
It's raining, Buffy. It's raining.
It's pretty scary.
Fun, cause I'm set up outside.
And yeah, I only stopped a few times, and like this is like right outside of Sturgis, so it was like the first area I stopped. So I drove like nonstop through, um, all the way Washington, all the way through Montana, and then down through South Dakota, and then I finally stopped
Having fun, sweeties. We
where
having
they could
fun.
have fun and their little outdoor thing. And you can hear all the motorcycles going by.
Hey, Bernie.
So
Oh,
yeah,
he's so cute. He's
they were just all up around me, and it was fun. It was a fun time. Like it was um, quite a lot of work, but it was a lot of fun. But I was super glad to have this little pop up tent. Like the red box in the back seat was good for not making a huge mess, and then like giving them a safe place to, because they slept in there and they ate in there, and it was just like an easy way to move them around. And then this little pop-up tent was great for giving them a spot to go scratch and eat outside and drink. So it was really nice and fun. It's right here is my little water I made. So you can get these. They're really inexpensive. These little red cups. And then they come with a drill bit, so you can just drill into anything, like a bucket, or in my case, this little cup. I had it. It was like the in the discount section of Tractor Supply. It was like a $6 mug, plastic mug, and I just drilled a hole in it, and there you go. It's a water. So the beautiful thing about that is it didn't hold a lot of water. I could fill it with a water bottle and not waste a lot of water. So it was just a little cup, drilled in, easy to clean. And I could hold it on my center console, and it just was like easy to set out in the tent with them. So anyway, there we go. That's my little traveling adventure with the chickens. It was fun. It was fun. It was quite the trip. The driving nonstop was a lot better for the chickens because um, in the daytime, I left kind of midday, so they had been out in the morning quite a while, and then they weren't as antsy to go like out and run around. So I didn't have to stop as much. And then driving through the night, they were sleeping or trying to sleep, and they weren't, they didn't want to go outside. So it worked out good. The nonstop driving, it's a lot harder on you than uh, the chickens, but it's the better way to go, I think, if you're gonna do this. I think it's fun. Maybe not a 20-hour road trip. Maybe like a few-hour road trip would be better. But you wouldn't need all these things. The little pop-up tent, super nice, and this making a tiny water is pretty handy, and you can buy some too. I just like the big cup on these, so you can um, it's easier for them to drink out of. You don't want to give them a little baby chick water. It works, but it's harder to drink out of, and that just wastes less water. So anyway, that's all for this. But take care and go travel with your chickens because it's fun.